So hello friends, welcome to this new episode and the second training part of Exchange Admin Panel. In last session we have completed O365 entire admin portal training. In this session we are going to cover Exchange Admin Portal training. So the Exchange Admin Portal you can directly log in through admin.exchange.microsoft.com, or else we have the other options to just go to the o365.portal.office.com and then go to admin and then select your Exchange Admin Portal from here, from O365 Admin Portal. So this is the main admin center where we can select the exchange and directly it will redirect you to new admin panel. So in the new admin panel, the Exchange Admin Panel basically it's very convenient and easy to use for the O365 admins. Here are some more roles. Basically, you need either the global admin or the parallel global admin account role you need to access Exchange Admin Panel. First is home interface. So this is how the home interfaces look like on the Exchange Admin Panel. You can see all the modules, whatever the Exchange Online new REST modules you can see here. Although trainings for the admin also the same, we have checked and we found the same option is available on O365 admin panel as well. Under documentation you will get all the documents related to the O365 Exchange Admin Portal. Again, that is a terminology or the language of Microsoft itself. It's depend on how much you will get understood in that case. So this is the some cards, the shortcuts card we can say Microsoft given us here under the home screen. Now just jump on the other one under the recipients. Under recipients you will get first option mailbox. So here either you can create O365 account directly from here, or you have the option that as we discussed in our last session, you can create on O365 admin center as well. So if you wanted to be a create O365 admin, or if you wanted to be create any user account from here, you can also create it from here. Also we have the options to create a user shared mailbox here. The shared mailbox is nothing but as we discussed, shared mailbox is nothing but the only storage mailbox of 50 GB which not used or which not required any license to be assigned for that account. Also with this, without licensed you can use up to 50 GB of storage. I'll just show you how to create a shared mailbox. Simply you have to select any display name, shared mailbox, again email ID, share.mailbox, domain you can select whatever you want. I didn't have the custom domain added here. I'm just using the Microsoft default domain. Aliases you can put it the same, shared.mailbox, and just click on create. That's it. Now you can see you have the other options also. Microsoft give us the next steps to be performed if you want to be a continue the settings from here as from here also, or Microsoft have the option you can select this shared mailbox like this and you will get this detailed card view. Here you can see the first name, last name we haven't added here, so you can add it directly. Under contact information you can use a mobile number and other job title, office and all. Definitely shared mailbox, nothing to be have those much of details present if we are creating a shared mailbox directly. If you are converting any mailbox to the shared mailbox, that is a different part. Here you have the options to organization, have your organization, or if you want to be add any manager ID here. The delegation, so this is the major important part of the shared mailbox where you must have to be maintained or have to be mentioned. The send as a read and full access of whom you wanted to be assigned this license or assign these permissions. So under a shared send as permission, if you add any one of the account, I'm just selecting this ID. So when I select this ID, the shared mailbox will be start visible in that user's mailbox as a delegated mailbox. Also, you can manage or you can add this user as an full access, so that this user also will be able to send a mail on behalf of this account or act as owner of this shared mailbox. The incoming flow will be managed separately. Whatever the mails received from external to the shared mailbox will be directly delivered to the shared mailbox, and whatever the mails received on the mailbox of or the primary mailbox of this user, then it will be that mail will separately deliver to the user mailbox itself. These are the settings here. Mailbox mail flow settings. You can directly select the size of the entire mailboxes, or you can customize the size for a specific mailbox as well. Here you can see Microsoft have the default size limit of 35 MB for incoming and outgoing mails, which we can change it. We can maximize it up to 150 MB up to, or minimum you can keep it as per your organization need. Under export mailboxes, you can export those mailbox and their other attributes at the simple CSV file format for further usage. Under groups, you have the 4 options here. Microsoft gives the 4 options. One is for the Microsoft 365. These are the type of groups as we discussed in last our session. Microsoft 365 here. This group is basically created by user itself from their side. They may be linked with the Teams or may not. If they created from Outlook, it will not get synced with the Teams, or it will not get synced to the Teams channel. If they created through the Teams, then it will create by default a Teams channel, and it will again auto create the one SharePoint site also. That SharePoint site is will be get integrated to these groups. So this is called the Teams channel. Under the distribution list, user can create as an admin. The distribution list creation only managed by the O365 admin itself. Here you can create a distribution list after adding a group. You have to select the distribution. That's it. You have to put it the name for the distribution list. Distribution list. Then click on if you have any description, you can put it here. This is a test DL. Owner, you have to assign any owner for this DL. The owner have the responsibility, or he can change the setting of this DL, or he can add or remove the members from the DL as well. So I'm selected any one of the owner here. Now clicking on next, I can add the multiple members here. So when I select the members, we will get the option to select the mail ID for this group. So here we can select if we want to be allow people outside of my organization to send mail to this distribution group or not. If we want to be receive a mail from the external organization, we have to simply select allow. Else we can uncheck this, or also we have to be select whether the members of this DL can restricted to exit or the leave or join this group, so that we can also keep in the close, or you can keep the owner approval, so that owner will approve if someone wants to be join this group. I'm just keeping on next. I'm just creating the group. So this is a simple method of creating a distribution list. Here you can also mention there is one more setting here. So the settings is not generated. Yeah, so here you can select whom we are allowing to send a mail. So here we not have added any one of the IDs. That means all the users from a send external or internals are allowed to send a mail on this group. If we specify name here, then those people only have the rights to send mail on this group. That's it. Rest all the users will be get restricted. The dynamic distribution list is nothing but the distribution list only, but here we have to specify the conditions on attribute base. So we not needs to be add a manual users here. Under a dynamic distribution list, if we select dynamic DL, I'm just showing you owner, we can specify any one of the user. Now here we have the option, either we can select all recipient types. That means whatever the users you have, either it's contact, it's a shared mailbox, it's a normal mailbox, will be part of this DL that we don't want. So if we want to be a specific users to be a part of this group, then we have to be a select specific users who have the exchange mailboxes. That is the first condition. And the second condition, the attributes. If we have specific departmental users, then but make sure the department attribute must be updated here. So in the admin panel, when we are selecting the user, or if you want to be a create a group of specific users only to be part of the dynamic DL, then we must have to be ensure that those users have the proper attribute updated here. So the department should be HR. The same way we have to make sure that although HR department users attribute must be updated, the same with the HR only, so that we can put it here. The department of HR user will be part of this group as a member. Okay, so this is the main conditions. When we are clicking on next, it will ask for the mail ID creation, and then simply you can create a group. So again, resources is nothing but the rooms like conference rooms for such like if we have the physical rooms or the meeting rooms in our premises, then definitely we must have to be know like who using that room now, or is the room engaged or the free. For this there is an option to create a virtual rooms, rooms on the O365, so that anyone, if they wanted to be a schedule a meeting, they can schedule it through the room, and the room itself have the facility to show us when any new person scheduling a meeting room, it will show us whether the room is free or busy. If free, then till what time it will be free, or occupied, then what time it will be occupied. Also we can see, or the user who trying to schedule a meeting can also see who scheduled that meeting and what was the subject of this meeting. So all the details it will be visible for the scheduler or the organizer of the meeting. Under meeting room, you can select like this name or any convenient name according to your meeting rooms. You can see this. You can set the capacity, how much attendees can join this meeting, location where this meeting room is located, phone number, if any landline number or any extension number you have, department, company, like all the details you can put it here. Just simply click on next. Here you can see the additional settings. If you wanted to be allow repeated meetings, the concurrent meetings if you want, otherwise you can keep it unchecked. Only during working hours, if you wanted to be a scheduled meeting, that also we can keep it the setting allow. Or if we select it, then no one can schedule a meeting after working hours. Automatically decline meeting outside of booking limits below. So this is the limit of booking window, 180 days. So either it isn't fulfilled, then the meetings cannot be exceeded or the organizer cannot schedule a new meetings more. In that case, maximum duration of hours is 24, so that if somebody trying to schedule a meeting, he can schedule up to 24 hours here. This is the customizable. You can schedule it for 2 or 3 hours as well. Also, you can select automatically accept and decline meeting request. Here is such a moderation type of features Microsoft given us. If you wanted to be a specify user whom you want to accept or decline meeting manually, but that user must have to be a manually monitored that all the requests coming up on their account, so that he can, otherwise that request will be not get accepted, so meetings will not be get scheduled in that case. The same for the equipment resources also. If you have any other equipment like any other meeting equipments, that also we can utilize here, or we can create such equipment resource from this meeting room under resources. Context also. Context is nothing but that external or internal users global address list to maintain if somebody is your external organization or the parent organization or the sister company, or if you wanted to make them as an auto-complete list when your user is trying to send a mail to those accounts, that should be appropriate automatically, or the populate automatically in their gal. So all the details have to be maintained here. So you have to maintain all the users details by creating the user mailbox, by creating the mail contact or mail user in this contact section. Under mail flow, there is a first option you get for the message trace. So message trace is nothing but the backbone of O365, where in the mail flow scenario, if we discuss, how do we know if somebody receive a mail or not? If some user or if anyone called you as an IT admin and asked you that he didn't receive the mail, so how do we cross verify that mail really not received, or there is any issue in their Outlook itself? To cross verify or to check when the mail received or any delays or whatever the mail related stuff, first we have to be verify the mail is received properly or the deliver in user's inbox. If not, then whether it is delivered, failed, quarantine, what happens, what all those status, we will get it from here. We have to put it the sender ID, then recipient, then we have to decide the time. Time will be your IST time zone. That must be make sure that you selected IST time zone to get the proper report or the accurate report. Start time you can select up to 90 days, but again, if you want to be an instant report, we have to be scheduled at least 15 days report only at the same time. And if you wanted to be a get report of larger scale, like before 1 month or 2 months, up to 3 months we can export. For that we have to be schedule this extended report. It will definitely take time, either 1 or 2 hours, depend on your report size. But once that report gets generated, it will only the option to export that report in the CSV file format, and then you can read those report under the CSV itself. If you have the specific subject of your mail, or if you want to be select, or if you want to be a search the specific subjected mail only, that also have the option which Microsoft recently launched in the 2025. You can select here the subject, whether it starts with a specific word, ending with a specific word, or contain any word if you want it to be a search. The delivery status you can select, or if you want to be a select only the quarantine mails, that also been possible. You can select here the in quarantine, select the search criteria as I discussed, and then you can search those mails. The result will be only the quarantined mail get visible. Like same for the message ID, message trace ID as well. If you have, you can enter it here. You will get the appropriate report from here. Direction also, if you want to be a select all mails at the same time, or if you have the specific information for inbound and outbound mails, then you can select it here. How to read the message trace report, that is a different session we will conduct for a message trace report and the other details stuff. For the rules, here we can create a multiple rules on the Microsoft Exchange admin panel. Rules is nothing but the conditions, how that mail flow should be happen, what action needs to be performed on such a mails, that all the parts, that all the conditions, restrictions for inbound and outbound mails, we can put it here. How to create rules, that again we will definitely take a separate call, because there are too much of rules we can create it here, which includes inbound and DLP rules also. So every template have their own limitations, own benefit. So we will discuss it in the next session. For remote domain, if you have any custom domain, or if you have any as we discussed, if you have any sister company domain, then we can add it here to avoid any mail flow or mail missing issues, or any spam tagging issues of your sister company or any other trusted company domains, that we can add it here. So if you have the domain added here, then the mail, there is too much of lesser chances that mail get tagged as a spam or quarantine, because we already tested that domain, so it get again delivered to the user mailbox. Under accepted domains, these are the option where we cannot be customized, we only can change the settings, and the settings will be either authoritative or internal relay. The authoritative means the user is, the domain is not, this domain is nowhere anywhere, this domain is added only in O365, so nowhere else this domain is used. And if the mail ID of the recipient account not found on O365, that mail should be bounced to the sender. So that's what the meaning is. And if the internal relay is enabled, then if the mail received from any external domain or xyz@domain.com and this ID is not present on O365, then it will again redirect to the actual MX or any connector, whatever we are going to create. That connector will help to redirect those such mails for a non-mail ID existence mails to the recipient mail ID, to the exact recipient server. So basically, authoritative is nothing but O365 instruct that sender, the recipient is not here. The O365 must have to be a redirect those. O365 gives the direct bounce to the sender, and internal relay is like user is not present on O365, but still a request from O365 itself redirect to the external server. If there is any connector in place, or else it will redirect to the MX server. Under connector, the connector is nothing but the connection between two servers. We must have to be establish a connection in such a cases where if you have the hybrid scenario, if you have two servers, two mailing servers, suppose you have a Google and O365 for an example. So and the both mailing servers are using the same domain. Few users are on O365, few users are on O365, and few users are on Gmail or the G Suite. In that case, we suggest to create a connector. The connector is useful in such a scenarios where we not wants to be a delay delivery, or we don't want to be a redirect those mails to the MX again. So instead of MX delivery, we are creating a tunnel connection here through this connector and sending a mail request from O365 to that server by creating the IP connections from O365 to that server. This is for the outbound, and for the inbound also we can create an inbound connector. Inbound connector is useful when any SMTP relay happens or any external mails trying to send a bulk mail on their O365 account. So instead of tagging those mails as a spam on the O365, O365 have the feature to create an inbound connector so that it will bypass the MX scanning and it will create a separate gateway for those mails on O365. This is the new feature Microsoft introduced for the high volume email. This is nothing but instead of using the actual domain under the SMTP authentication, Microsoft gives the option to either create a custom domain or the subdomain in O365 and use high volume email service. So high volume, due to past experiences, high volume email, due to the high volume email, their user accounts get tagged as a spam, or the domain also tagging as a spam, or the Microsoft IP also been impacted. The reason only Microsoft trying to introduce a new high volume email which is under a preview is not a full-fledged solution created by Microsoft. It's under preview only. So once it get ready, we will again get a one session for it, which will be the small session, but definitely I'll try to cover it all the aspects of this. Under alerts, we will get what all the alerts of the organizations or the O365 tenant, if any, related to exchange, security, that alerts, it will be get visible here. Alert policies, again, that policies are related to the O365, whatever the current issues ongoing or any issues related to the so same policies we can create it from the security admin panel as well. So these are the policies related to the forwarding emails. Is there any slowness in the mail flow, that all the alerts get created, the one copy of the alert or the notification goes to the admin and one copy goes to the user itself. So that type of alerts we can create it directly from here. Now under roles, these are the custom roles. Even if you have the global admin, we can add we can add certain roles here. As a compliance administrator or any other administrator, we can assign it directly. So these are the roles. Under migration, we can start this option is basically for the migrating your users from any other server to O365 or vice versa, but most probably we are using it to migrate any other servers to O365 itself only. Either it is in IMAP migration, either it is server to server migration, or any cutover migration, or on-premise to O365, or such any others like cloud services also, like JSU, Zimra. Those migrations we can do it from here. So the migration also been a vast topic where I will definitely create again one more topic for this. The migration, how to create a batches, how to prepare the source and destination endpoints first of all, how to make sure that gateway is visible or the gateway is allowed on the specific port or the IPs. But the connection request from the Microsoft side itself should be allowed on the gateway level of this source server. What all the prerequisites, how to batch preparation happens in the O365 under the CSV, how to track the batches, how to start the migration, how to collect the report, how to check the status of fields completed, how we can check if the mails of if any data is missed, the reason behind it. So all the details we will get it in deeply in our upcoming videos. So stay tuned in this. Under mobile, there is an option to mobile device access as well. So here we can customize or create a policies for the device access rule. Here we can select So the basically this option is for to restrict users access their mobile device for office work. We can directly block or quarantine their mobile access specifically for login their O365 account. Here the policy is related to this only. We can create a policy here, allow mobile devices that don't fully support this policy to sync. So these are the simple password. We can keep it. This is the prerequisites, or this is this additional security if they wanted to be access office application on their mobile devices. So these are the prerequisites they must have to be fulfilled. Then only they can allow or they can access their mobile. If this mobile device mailbox policy get filled, or and if the device access rule get filled, then only the device will be accessible. Otherwise, now most of the scenarios what we recommend to customers to use the Intune in that case, because Intune is more feasible, and definitely it requires additional license, but if you have that, then Intune is the powerful solution nowadays which helps to protect their mobile data, also protect official data and other stuffs. Under reports you will get the mail flow reports. It's all the reports in the detailed view of auto forwarded, how much mails are the auto forwarded from your tenant, what all the inbound mails and the daily, what are the reports, what are the map reports, what all the details you will get it from here. Again the migration report, how that migration you will get the reports from here as well. This will be the detailed report. How many users are using a Windows on their Outlook application on their Windows. So these are the basic settings with which every admin must have to know how to utilize it. This is again the organizational sharing. This is the interesting one option Microsoft given in the Exchange admin panel for the trusted organizations to federate their two tenants in between for the communication of their calendars. So if tenant A users wanted to be check the FreeBusy availability or the calendar sharing to the other external tenant users, or any other user, any other external user which is hosted on O365, they definitely we can enable. We must have to be add the organizations here, and both the way here as well and the source tenant as well. So once we add it, it will allow us to check the FreeBusy calendar availability of the and the shared calendar in between two tenant users. Only the edit rights will be not permittable here. For edit rights, the both domain must be part of one single tenant. That is the one condition. So these are the all the features of Exchange admin panel overview. Hope you enjoy this video. For any issues or for any your queries, you can just list down your queries and put it in the comment. I'll definitely answer it, and see you soon in our next video, which is related to O365 Teams Admin Center. Thank you very much guys to connect.